factor, and rain is in the forecast, lightning a little bit in the area. But for more, and I think we got to get this thing sponsored, Abby, but let's go down to Wendy Young, who's got the weather. So I guess it's weather with Wendy.
It's weather with Wendy, and it's a little bit windy like you mentioned. You can kind of feel it down on the pitch. It may affect those restarts, but I know a lot of these teams are going to go up with their kicks. They're going to make them high anyways. They're not going to worry about this weather. We are watching for a little bit of rain maybe coming through the space. If you look at the radar, it's kind of just going around us, and we just are really excited to get this going. But back up to you in the booth. Thanks, Abby and Nick.
All right, Wendy, good stuff. She could be a weather person too. I love it. All right, let's take a look at the schedule for you here. These are the semifinal matches. Obviously, the Loggerheads and the Experts kicking it off on the men's side. Then we'll have the Loonies and the Retrievers, followed by the women's matches, the Retrievers and the Loggerheads, Loonies and the Experts, and obviously the winners advance to the finals.
Yeah, say those names about 5 more times as quickly as you can. A few tongue twisters, but you're already saying the word semifinals, which goes to show you the pressure is on right from the get. It is single elimination. It's knockout rugby right as we kick off.
And as you talk about pressure, the points are what matters here the most. And when we talk about points, and we're going to say this a couple of times, you can't win it this weekend, but with such a truncated short schedule, you got to get points quick. First place takes 13, then it starts to drop off significantly.
Massive drop off, so everyone is after that top prize, not only for the points, but for the glory as well.
And glory it is, as we're ready to go. It's the run out and the Rhinos and the Experts. We don't probably have to point the colors out, moderately self-explanatory to you, but the Rhinos will be wearing the green kits, and it's the Experts in the baby blue. The Rhinos, the 2022 men's champion. Boy, there are some talented players across this team. When we look up and down it, I think a couple of guys stand out for me, but of course, Brocky and Gallagher, who was a finals MVP, and of course, Patrick Madden.
Some legends on that side, Nacuqu and Teba. The Fijian Flyers representing their nation, and Nacuqu, that Olympic champion to look out for.
And how about on the other side with the Experts? Another great roster. For me, it's Madison Hughes, who returns as a late inclusion.
2-time Olympian, Captain America himself, and get ready as we kick off this first one.
All right, here we go. Abby, pleasure to have you all along for this one. We'll keep you apprised to the weather. And again, it is fast-paced and very quick, so you don't want to miss any of this. If you blink, it's over. Obviously, the difference is if you're picking up rugby sevens for the first time versus 15s, less players on the field. The weight dispersion, obviously significant different because this is full-on athleticism at its best.
And a bunch of athletes out there, 14 of them to be specific, but like you said, 2 7-minute halves. So minimal errors to be made here if you want to end up on top.
Well, Madison Hughes picked it up early. Corey Jones out there wearing number 3. We'll talk more about the different name on the back of his jersey shortly. As everybody trying to sort of get their feels underneath them right now. Jones will make the pitch. That's back to Hughes, and Hughes trying to find his way through traffic. Again, remember that ball cannot be moved forward. It's either lateral or behind on the passes, and if you're tackled down, teammates got to come in and help you. So the Experts doing a nice job right away to sort of move this ball early on, but is their speed better than what you're seeing right now out of the Rhinos?
The speed, hard to tell right now. You see the Rhinos, they were playing that 7-up defense to get going here. Now they've dropped their sweeper back in behind, but the Experts find a gap, and they are down and away to open up this match.
And right away, a try to start things off, and it was the Rocky Mountain Experts sort of pushing, and I really liked the way that they had they did a nice job of spreading the pitch out. Started on that far side from our camera position here, and then were able to really work their way more towards the middle, spread the Loggerheads out, and it's a beautiful try to start things off to make it 5-0.
Super patient build up. You see the Experts there, throws the big dummy. That's Pizza V there. He has been capped for the USA men's 7 side. He dishes it off to Tai Kauwe to open up this match with that 5-pointer.
Yeah, the Orem, Utah native. By the way, an Eagle Scout and an expert pianist as well.
The multi-talented.
And the conversion will count, so a 7-point open rip as the Experts get things going here in Minnesota, just 2 minutes in. And Abby, talk about the importance of scoring first and then sort of keeping that momentum and pressure on, because momentum can switch fast here.
You've just said it, took the words out of my mouth. Momentum is everything in this match. The Loggerheads will now look to gain that back through some key playmakers.
Nacuqu makes a beautiful pass, and it's taken down just on this side of the pitch, but a nice play across, and it's Gallagher, who we talked about earlier. He gets tackled down, and they're going to try to get the ball turned over here, but it is in play still. Loggerheads do a nice job of holding on to it, and they'll try to move things across the halfway mark of the pitch. All right, Wendy, you had a chance to talk to the coaches before, so what is the general thoughts here so far?
Yeah, I did. I talked to Rhino ex-Loggerheads, Frankie. You know, they really want to find their feet and their rhythm, and, you know, they really have a lot of up-and-coming players. They're really excited. Tucker Trickey, US-based, and they're really focusing on those US-based players. Another one is Reed Santos, really young and excited. And then I talked to the experts as well. They're looking to gel. They wanted to immediately get together this week and have it come at the first from the kickoff, and then that familiarity. They've worked, a lot of them have worked with the coaching staff before, so they really want to keep that going.
Kauwe picks it up after the lineup. Wendy, thank you so much. We'll be down with you quite a bit. Pleasure to have you along. Looking at the experts here, Abby, they're with all the momentum right now. And when you hear what Wendy says with the coaching staff, this is a team that you have to gel fast. They just came together recently. What do you do off the pitch in order to garner that relationship?
Such a challenge, bringing players in from not only all over the country, but all over the world. And you only have 5 days together to prep for this tournament. You have to get to know each other so quickly. What is the person next to you capable of doing? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And where can you help them out? But experts doing well, just a little error. They're gifting that ball back to Loggerheads as we see them with possession for the first time, really.
On the scrum, Loggerheads will pick it up out of it. That's Nacuqu. Nacuqu finds some space on the outside. There's the lateral pitch, puts it right into the hands of Toit. He's got room on the right side, and just tripped up. He'll manage to get back to his feet, and he touches it down. Nicely done, and that starts with Toit.
Loggerheads have an answer, and it was all through the magician in the middle of the field, Nacuqu. He is the Olympic champion here, winning that gold medal as part of Fiji. Have a look here. That ball needs to go lateral, and I think he does just get it flat to Toit, who is bursting onto that ball. You see the speed. He gets sniped down there, but he has the awareness. He gets back to his feet because no one was within that zone. He has all rights to that ball to get up, and then again, answering back, bringing the score within 2.
Yeah, so that conversion was no good. Abby, we noticed it a little bit ahead of time. Obviously, the goalpost a little shorter than what we're used to seeing in Rugby 7, but there's no real law against that height. So is that a referee's eye then on the distance?
They'll definitely use their ARs to help call those conversions. They are at the back of the try zone as well. And experts kick off, experts receive a little knock on, so ball remains with the Rhinos ex-Loggerheads, which that is a huge shift of momentum, an error seen by the experts. If they can back up their scoring here, all that momentum coming to the Rhinos.
Yeah, just kind of came off the hands of Missile, a little bit weird there, and as you said, that knock on. So the Loggerheads find themselves in good field position here, and it's a game of momentum, so we'll see what comes out of the scrum.
This is a prime attacking position for the Rhinos. That midfield scrum, so difficult to defend. You have threats on both sides of the pitch for the Rhinos.
What do you like better in a midfield scrum between these two teams right now?
The person with the ball, so I got to back the Rhinos right now.
They'll get another shot at it with just 45 seconds to go in the first half, and that's how quickly this sport moves.
It looks like that ball came straight back out of the tunnel, so that's going to cause the reset. So ball remains with the Rhinos, and you have Nacuqu. He's at the back of the scrum, probably looking to pull the strings here. But a lot of pressure seen from Madison Hughes, and is that a turnover? A great penalty awarded, and Madison using his experience. He knows Rhinos were not back 10. He gives it away, and could this be a response from the experts?
What an absolute beautiful pitch, and the experts needing something to go their way a little bit. Missile picks it up, and he's taken down in tackle. And a nice job here now by the experts, getting it cross field. Here's the pitch across to Kauwe, and it just escapes his hands as that first will come to a conclusion.
Missed opportunity there, but ball looks like it is still in the field of play, so game is still on. Ball remains in play until it goes into touch or it's knocked forward, and the experts have the opportunity. It looks like they will make it count this time as they have an answer. Big shift again going into halftime.
Well, the missile had that little knock on at midfield and is able to recover. For those of you watching again at home, just because you hear that horn to end the first half, as Abby said, play does continue, and an absolute beautiful job by the experts to make that count.
Experts missed that first opportunity on the bottom side of your screen. It was a 2v1. Corey Jones there elected to do the show and go, but then missed pass, yet able to control that ball, fall to it, and then they score on the other side.
And that conversion will not count either. So with the first half already in the books, things moving fast and furious, it's a 12-5 advantage for the Rocky Mountain experts. We'll be back with more, and we'll take you through some of the highlights from that first half when we come back to TCO Stadium. Don't go anywhere. We are underway in Minnesota.
All these guys from New Zealand, or?
Just make sure you don't go home empty-handed.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's get back to the action.
Oh, rock on. You guys getting hammered at the heat?
It was really hot last week, yeah. It was like 109,
Oh. Yeah, just worked with a guy, kind of a new friend, he lives in worked with him in Colorado. There's like drone stuff down there. Really cool.
I'd rather be in Colorado right now.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Oh, the costume's such a part of it. And are you talking about a walking taco there in a Dorito bag? Yeah, let's do it. Start of the second half, it's 12-5. I like that gear, but if you want your own, get the official gear of PR7s at shoppr7s.com. Very cool stuff. Obviously on hand if you happen to find your way out to one of the events, but getting it online just as easy. Uniforms and the logo and all the things that you want to be a fan of Premier Rugby Sevens available to you. All right, Abby, start of the second half. Things going to move quickly, a little bit back and forth there to kind of start things off, but it's been the experts who have had a little bit more jump.
Experts, the pieces falling in here, and they get it right from the kickoff, and there's Simi Moala getting it done, making his appearance for the experts, but Corey Jones with that restart. It's such a big part of the sevens match because you're kicking off, but it's going high in 10. You have that opportunity to go chase and get that ball back for your side. However, just an error seen running into touch, giving that ball back to Rhinos deep in their own end.
So it'll be a throw-in for the Loggerheads on the far side. 6:13 to go in the second half. 12-5 experts. Pleasure to have you along here at TCO Stadium. Nick Gismondi alongside Abby Gustaitis and Wendy Young down courtside with us. Thanks so much for joining us here, and the weather hopefully holding out. It is the experts now on that far side.
Penalty there. Corey Jones just getting his hands in when a ruck was already formed, so they'll have to retreat 10 meters. Ball remains with the Rhinos.
All right, for more pitch side, let's go down to Wendy Young. Wendy?
Yeah, I talked to the coaches, I talked to the Rhinos. They really want to tighten up that defense and then look after the ball. There's a few times where they're just a little bit too loose, and it's just not how they want to play. For the experts, the focus is going to be on those kickoffs. They've got to retain that ball, and then patience. They're pushing it a little bit too hard.
Oh, that's perfect, Wendy. And Abby, that's exactly what you were talking about. Maybe just a little bit of sloppy mistakes because of the pace. But how about this? An opportunity here for the Loggerheads, and it is an easy run all the way down, and this will pick up 5 more. And it's Iowane Teba with the try for the 5 with 5:10 to go.
Iowane Teba, we've seen him score plenty of tries on the HSBC World Sevens circuit, and now we're seeing him light up the pitch here in Minnesota as he looks to convert his own try. We don't see it too often, but conversion is good. The flags go up, and now we have ourselves a ball game. It's all tied up at 12.
Love it, and that's the action of Rugby Sevens for you right there. No questioning that conversion. So 12-12 with 4:41 to go. How do you adjust strategy in a situation like this? Momentum shifting so often, we talk about it so much, but the Loggerheads now with all the juice.
It's so easy to get caught up in the outcome or the end goal, but in sevens, it's one moment at a time. Experts need to regain this possession, which they do so through Corey Jones. And again, working on that patience that Wendy Young spoke of, looking after the ball, always a top priority.
That is Feliki Tonga taken down. He is tackled, the ball will come loose, and Madison Hughes with the recovery and the quick pitch across to Fuala'au.
Looking to spread the width, pull the Rhinos apart, and then go back to the edge. Does he have the wheels to outdo Teba? The experts on the board yet again, this time through Darrell Williams.
So Darrell Williams with time and space on that right side, and he got the afterburners going with 3:44 to go to make it 17-12. And another look at it here, Abby.
What a lovely bit of footwork. Nacuqu does well to cover that tackle, but then they come to the inside and then immediately shift back out to the edge. You see, going through the hands, Missile sets this up. He was a try scorer in the first half, and that interchange, the lovely bit of skill, and then Williams with the pace. He just gasses Teba on the outside.
Massive credit to Odendaal on that as well. Had two very good passes across to sort of get that try started.
All about support in sevens. They're working in threes there, which means even if the tackle happens, they're going to secure that ruck. But a missed tackle from the Loggerheads, unable to contain the experts as they take the lead.
And that conversion, as you see, was good. 19-12 the score. There was the kick from the experts. What a recovery here. A beautiful grab by Bonilla, and that sends the experts the other direction. Ball is loose. The pitch back to Bonilla. Now Meek just above his hands. Darrell Williams, who just had the try, he is tied up very well, and that'll bring a stoppage.
Looks like a high tackle called from the referee, just going above the shoulders there, deemed illegally. And so Rhinos will have to retreat, but let's talk about that kickoff. Have a look here. Corey Jones representing Bonilla on his back for his friend. And just the athleticism Fuala'au does so well to hold on to that ball. They get it to the edge, and now you see Madison Hughes looking to quick tap.
Brock Gallagher had that hard fall, and he will come out, and that brings in Carson O'Donnell. There's the back. Feliki Tonga. Feliki Tonga trying to find some time and space, but the Loggerheads jam that angle up, pardon me. And Hughes with the big pitch all the way across to the Missile. And what a pickup here. It'll be another try. It's Fuala'au for the experts to just pile on with 1:50 to go. And the speed of Fuala'au, and you can't miss that Hare, but he manages to pick up another 5.
Simi Fuala'au, you see the celebration there with Corey Jones getting his first try. Corey Jones has the ball. They're moving it through the hands, but some pressure defense from the Rhinos. Good hands awareness there from Fuala'au. He won't get many easier tries than that one as he dives in and goes up for the celebrations. Experts take the lead even further.
Well, 26-12 with 1:14 to go in a situation like this. So Abby, obviously not completely out of it. Things can quickly flip and change, but what is your mentality if you're the Rhinos?
If you're the Rhinos, it's catch that ball, get down the pitch as quickly as you can. Like you said, just over a minute to play. It's definitely not sealed, but they have a task ahead of them if they want to maintain this match, getting that tie or even a win here.
Abby, it's 14 straight points right now for the experts, and they started with the momentum and have clearly maintained it. Loggerheads with it. That's Sisley. There's the long-range pass for Trickey. Beautiful stag. And that's Carson O'Donnell, nearest to us. He's tackled down. Ball will come loose. Shikoli. Oh, and now Trickey breaks free. He splits the defense and finds his way into the try zone for 5 with just 30 seconds to go.
Tucker Trickey, Wendy Young spoke of him early, the American representing out here, just spots a little half gap. Brilliant work there by Madden, the San Diegan, converting the try. And you see how quickly they're moving out there because they want to get another 7 on the board. But have a look at Trickey there.
Well, it is not completely out of reach, and the ball will come loose. Experts will recover. They're going to have to really hustle. There goes the horn. Ball still in play, but the experts managed to work it across, and they will run it in for one more and bring this to a conclusion in a real good fast-paced start. But the experts got out to that early lead, and it was going to be tricky, even though we saw the Loggerheads come back at some point.
Experts did so well there. A lot of action right from the start. Our first match here done and dusted. Well done to the experts. Stay tuned for the next one.